Let's talk about Emma Bunton, Baby Spice, the heart of the Spice Girls. She was more than just a member of the group. She was the heartbeat that kept their spirit alive. She was the youngest, with her signature pigtails, platform sneakers, and a warmth that made everyone feel welcome. Emma's playful style and bubbly personality made her instantly recognizable, and she quickly became a fan favorite. Emma wasn't just a singer, she was the group's gentle soul, balancing out all the bold personalities. Whenever tensions ran high, Emma was the one who brought calm and comfort, always ready with a smile or a kind word. Her sweet, smooth voice brought a sense of innocence and fun to their music. Songs like To Become One and Say You'll Be There were elevated by her unique tone, adding a layer of sincerity and charm. She showed that kindness could be powerful, inspiring young girls everywhere. Emma's approachable nature made her a role model, proving you could be both sweet and strong. Imagine being a regular London teen, then suddenly a global superstar. Emma handled it all with grace. She navigated the pressures of fame with humility, never losing sight of who she was. Through fame, photo shoots, and world tours, she stayed true to herself. Even behind the scenes, Emma's laughter and kindness brought the group closer together. Emma was more than a pop star. She was a symbol of youthful joy and kindness. Her energy on stage was infectious, and her positivity touched everyone she met. Her Baby Spice persona felt genuine, not just a costume. Emma's authenticity shone through, making her beloved by fans of all ages. She brought lightness and balance to the group, making their energy irresistible. Emma's presence was the secret ingredient that made the Spice Girls' chemistry so magical. Emma's journey was about friendship, fame, and finding her own voice. She grew alongside her bandmates, learning and evolving with every step. She was the sugar to their spice, the glue that held them together. Without Emma, the group's dynamic simply wouldn't have been the same. When you think of the Spice Girls, you can't help but think of Emma's smile. It's a symbol of the joy and hope the group brought to millions. Her story is where the magic of the Spice Girls truly begins. Emma's journey reminds us that sometimes, the quietest voices have the biggest impact. And that's the heart of Emma Bunton's legacy. A legacy built on kindness, authenticity, and the power of being true to yourself. To truly understand Emma's impact, you have to get the Spice Girls phenomenon. How 5 women from different backgrounds came together and sparked a cultural revolution. In the mid-90s, these 5 women didn't just top the charts, they took over the world with their infectious energy, bold personalities, and a message that went far beyond catchy pop hooks. They brought girl power to the mainstream. Their message was simple but powerful. Celebrate female friendship, be confident, and always support each other no matter what. They made it cool to be loud, ambitious, and strong, showing young women everywhere that it was okay to take up space and be unapologetically themselves. Each member had a nickname: Scary, Sporty, Ginger, Posh, and Baby, so every fan could find someone to relate to, no matter their personality or style. Their first single, Wannabe, exploded onto the scene and quickly became a global anthem for friendship, unity, and fun. The Spice Girls weren't just a band, they were a movement, a worldwide sisterhood that inspired millions to dream bigger. They sold millions of albums, starred in their own movie, and were everywhere you looked. From TV screens to bedroom walls, their influence was impossible to ignore. Their girl power message inspired a generation to believe women could lead, succeed, and shape the world on their own terms. They wrote their own songs, managed their image, and spoke their minds, proving that women could be creative forces and business leaders in music. The Spice Girls proved a group of women could be the biggest band in the world, on their own terms, without compromise. Emma, with her sweet smile and genuine warmth, was right in the middle of it all, embodying the approachable side of the group. She made the movement feel welcoming and real, connecting with fans in a way that felt personal and sincere. The Spice Girls changed pop culture forever, leaving a legacy that still echoes in music, fashion, and attitudes today. And Emma's presence was essential to that revolution, giving girl power a face that was both strong and kind. She was the approachable face of girl power, making everyone feel like they belonged. That's why her story stands out, not just as a pop star, but as a symbol of what happens when women lift each other up. In a group of big personalities, Emma's unique sparkle was her gentle heart. As Baby Spice, she embodied innocence and joy, always smiling, always kind. Her look, pigtails, lollipops, platform shoes, was instantly iconic and endearing. But it was her voice that truly set her apart. Soft, melodic, and pure. On ballads like Two Become One, Emma's vocals brought vulnerability and warmth. She showed that strength can be gentle, and kindness is powerful. Offstage, Emma was the peacemaker, smoothing over group tensions with laughter and empathy. Her genuine friendship with the other girls made their bond special. Emma wasn't just playing a part, she lived the spirit of Baby Spice. She taught fans that you can be sweet and still be strong. Her authenticity made her a role model for millions. Emma's sparkle was her realness, a ray of sunshine in pop stardom. That's why we all fell in love with her. Fast forward, after years of global fame, the Spice Girls faced big changes. The world had watched them grow from 5 ambitious young women into international icons, but nothing stays the same forever. Jerry left in 1998, but the group continued, releasing their third album, Forever, with a more mature sound. Their music evolved, reflecting how much they'd grown, both as artists and as individuals. Behind the scenes, each member was thinking about their future. The whirlwind of fame had given them incredible experiences, but also made them wonder what else was possible. For Emma, now in her mid-20s, it was time to explore her own musical identity. She was ready to step out from the group's shadow and discover her own voice. She wanted to find out what an Emma Bunton solo album could be. The idea of creating something personal, something that truly reflected her, was both thrilling and daunting. The group's hiatus in 2000 wasn't about drama. It was a natural evolution. Each member needed space to grow, to try new things, and to see who they could become on their own. Emma was ready for creative freedom and new challenges. She felt a spark of excitement at the thought of shaping her own sound and image. Leaving the security of the world's biggest girl group was both exciting and scary. It meant stepping into the unknown, but also having the chance to prove herself in a whole new way. She'd already tested solo waters, but now it was a full commitment. This time, the spotlight was hers alone, and she was determined to make the most of it. Emma felt gratitude for her Spice Girls family, but also excitement for what was next. Their support meant everything, but she knew it was time to take her own path. She was ready to write her own songs and create her own image. Every lyric, every melody, would be a reflection of her true self. It was the end of an era, but the start of something new. The curtain was closing on one chapter, but rising on another. Emma Bunton, the solo artist, was about to emerge. The world was waiting to see what she would do next. This was her chance to shine in her own right. She was ready to step into the spotlight and embrace her individuality, and she embraced it with courage, determination, and a heart full of hope for the future. The last major Spice Girls performance before their break was at the 2000 MTV Europe Music Awards. They performed Holler, showcasing their new, mature sound in futuristic outfits. It was a powerful statement. They were evolving, but everyone sensed it was the end of an era. For Emma and the others, it was emotional. Years of friendship, fame, and sisterhood coming to a close. That final bow was a bittersweet goodbye to the life they'd known. They left the stage as a unit, but each was ready for a solo journey. There was no dramatic breakup, just a quiet, respectful parting. The indefinite hiatus had begun. Fans in the group knew this was a turning point. That performance will always be remembered as the moment the music paused. The Spice Girls chapter ended, and 4 individuals stepped into the future. For Emma, it was the start of her next adventure. When the Spice Girls announced their break, fans everywhere felt the loss. For millions, the group was more than music. They were heroes and friends. The idea of no new Spice Girls songs was hard to accept. Online forums filled with messages of sadness, but also support. Fans were excited to see what Emma and the others would do solo. Emma, especially, had a devoted following eager for her next chapter. But there was a sense of loss. The group's chemistry was irreplaceable. Fans worried the girl power movement might fade. Saying goodbye to Baby Spice meant saying goodbye to a special kind of joy. Emma's persona had become a beloved part of their lives. Fans shared memories, wrote letters, and wished her well. It was a heartfelt farewell, filled with gratitude. Emma's impact would last far beyond the group. The year 2000 marked the end of a vibrant chapter. Emma Bunton stepping out on her own. Her solo career revealed new sides of her talent and personality. She became a successful artist, radio host, and TV personality, always radiating warmth. the Spice Girls story didn't end. Reunion tours brought the magic back, proving some bonds are forever. Seeing Emma with her friends again felt like coming home. Her journey shows it's okay to grow, change, and follow your heart. Emma never lost her sweetness. She just added new layers. She became a mother, a wife, and an entrepreneur. Looking back, that moment wasn't a sad ending, but a brave new beginning. Emma gave us Baby Spice, then gave us herself. For all the joy and girl power she brought, we're grateful. Her story is still being written. Until next time, Emma Bunton. Goodbye, but never farewell.